Welcome everyone to Mindful Minutes. I am Carol Lewis, faculty member in the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Florida and mindfulness teacher and practitioner. And I'm so glad you're here to practice with me today. I'll invite you to please mute the microphones on your phones or other devices you may have. And today, since we're still in the single digits of the new year, our practice will include a poem called Whatever Doesn't Serve, and perhaps we'll touch on beginning anew and beginner's mind. And so I'll invite you, if it's right for you today, to gently close your eyes. If you prefer to have your eyes open, you can find a point a little ways out from yourself to let your gaze rest gently on that non-moving point, not on another person. And if you already have a mindfulness practice of your own, I'll invite you, if you like, to let my words fall on you like gentle rain as you engage in your own practice. So I'll ring the mindfulness bell 3 times at the beginning and 3 times at the end of our practice as we just begin. So sitting in a dignified, upright, and comfortable posture as best you can, whatever works for you today. I'll invite you to settle in to this mindful practice, perhaps coming to notice the breath at the nose or the chest or the abdomen or perhaps the whole body. But you might want to pick one of those places in the body and as needed or instructed or desired, bring awareness there in the body. Reconnecting with the breath as a way to also reconnect with present moment awareness. And so in this beginning a new practice, you might notice what you find as we notice thoughts or sensations in the body or emotions, and I'll invite you to allow whatever you find. But if you find things that aren't serving you well, I'll also invite you to notice them gently and then let go of those thoughts or to focus on the sensations or emotions. Allowing perhaps some space to open in the heart or in the mind, perhaps in the body, to begin anew in this new year with an opportunity to bring a freshness perhaps an openness, or a new intention for how you walk through the new year, perhaps how you relate to yourself in this new year, perhaps finding some compassion and gratitude for yourself as you walk through these early days of this new year. And so now, if you like, I'll invite you to take just a moment to bring awareness to the mind and to the contents of the mind, allowing yourself to notice whatever you may find there. Without the need to grow those thoughts or develop them further. Simply noticing what arises in the mind or what you find in the mind. You may find thoughts. You may find images. And so allowing yourself to notice those thoughts or images without being swept away by them. You might notice thoughts of whatever you were doing earlier in the day, or thoughts of other times and places. You might find thoughts of things that seem as if they need to be done later in the day. You might notice a focus now or throughout the practice at some point. A focus on sounds in the room. Or a focus on sounds outside of the room. You might notice physical sensations of some kind. Or there may be other thoughts or images. You might imagine the thoughts as if they're clouds as they arise and drift through the mind and disappear. If you don't grab them and grow them, develop them further. You might imagine thoughts as if they're leaves on a stream, perhaps a gently flowing stream. They come into awareness, and we can see them or relate to them as if they're from a distance or a perspective. Here are these thoughts or images. Noticing them without being swept away by them as they drift through the mind, space, and then disappear from being. Perhaps allowing awareness of whatever else arises in the mind. And when you find that perhaps you are engaged with thought or image, inviting yourself or perhaps allowing yourself to gently let go of the thought or the image without judging it for yourself. No need for struggle with a thought or image, or no need for struggling with ourselves. Leaving thoughts or images to be just as they are, however that may be. No need for them to be different, but perhaps inviting ourselves or allowing yourself to then gently let go of the focus on thoughts or images. And if you like, reconnecting or connecting back with the breath. The in-breath and the out-breath, which is always available as an anchor to help us return or reconnect with present moment awareness. To this moment, in this time and space, whatever that may be. And perhaps allowing or revisiting or trying on beginner's mind and connecting with things or experiencing them as if they're new. Without the habits of thought, habits of reactivity. Just allowing some spaciousness in this moment. And perhaps bringing that attitude of kindness and compassion to ourselves. Whatever the case may be, dropping our tendency to evaluate, to grade, to strive for things, And in this moment, to travel toward things or away from them in our habits of attachment and aversion. Just letting our experience be as it is, with kindness and spaciousness, but always allowing ourselves to do what is needed, and always allowing ourselves to come back to the breath whenever we might need to reconnect or to ground the body, perhaps to the in-breath and the out-breath, which is always available throughout the day, every day, as an anchor to help us return to present moment awareness. And perhaps in this beginning of January practice, to reconnect with the breath in a very simple way, to allow ourselves to just notice the breath. Allow the breath to help us reconnect with this moment. And when you find that your mind has wandered in our practice or out in your day, as you will, that is the nature of the mind to wander. So perhaps allowing yourself to notice the wandering mind. And it might be the right time for observing the wandering mind. We might bring that beginner's mind freshness to allowing ourselves to see where the mind is going. As if seeing it anew. But if it's not the time for a wandering mind, or that doesn't serve you in this moment or another moment, you might gently bring awareness back to present moment, perhaps reconnecting with the breath, the in-breath and the out-breath. Breath by breath, present moment, awareness. You might return to present moment by grounding awareness to the body elsewhere, if that's what serves you. Perhaps bringing awareness to the feet, noticing the sensations of your feet coming in contact with socks or shoes, and pressure down to the floor, or wherever your feet are resting. You might even want to wiggle your toes to bring awareness there in a different way. You might choose to bring awareness into the body by noticing the sensation of sitting, if you're sitting. You might notice the sitting sensations at the upper legs, the hips, the lower back or middle back, or elsewhere. But simply noticing the sensations of sitting without judgment, without those sensations needing to be other than they are. Gently letting go then of the focus on sensations of sitting. That's a practice you've chosen. And perhaps bringing awareness back to the breath. The in-breath and the out-breath as an anchor to help us return to present moment awareness. You might choose to come into present moment awareness with hand over heart or hands over heart, which is soothing to the nervous system and always available to us. So the invitation for beginning anew is to allow yourself to find some space in the heart or in the mind, and perhaps pause and allow yourself to let go of the habits of thought, habits of emotion, the habits of reactivity in the body. And to simply notice, and if it is right for you to allow yourself to notice and observe without being swept away. And so, in our beginning anew and beginner's mind practice, I'll offer us this poem by Dana Folds called Whatever Doesn't Serve You, or Whatever Doesn't Serve. And so there's no need to analyze or really even understand, but I'll invite you to let these words just fall on your ears, your heart, and mind. So whatever doesn't serve. What weight can you put down right now? willingly relinquishing the pointed quills of guilt or judgment. What burden of the heart can lift? What dark corner can be lit? The candle flickering at first, then burning bright. With the next breath, let it go. That old story you've told yourself 1,000,000 times. Whatever doesn't serve you on this path of truth, leave it behind. Offer this one gift, the simple sacrifice that in the giving sets you free to fully live. So as we begin to finish our beginning a new practice, I'll invite you to go forward from this practice, perhaps with a beginner's mind, looking at things that we are used to seeing, perhaps that sweep us into particular kinds of thought. But seeing those things with open heart, open mind, allowing ourselves to see them with fresh eyes and mind, and with intention to carry ourselves forward in a healthy, open-hearted way. And in your own time, giving yourself even a little space here, I'll invite you to gently blink your eyes open if they were closed. And also I'll invite you to take the benefits of this practice forward for yourself and others, bringing compassion to the self and an open heart and mind. Thank you for practicing with me.